This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
News in Lartey marriage at somewhere na fi FM kakra.
Masom el studio ha na nkomo yedi kan start ya yabobobo so na game no e baso nyankopon ya adom ochina ewo Accra Sports Stadium club ya di kan kwa
Game
ne sejo fa cheme oh achina me nim de meje ochina ho game ne so 6 p.m. and then you game because so I mean a democracy cup and interest and say 30 years of parliamentary excellence and until na year bought match as a commemoration game and they share how yetimi edinkuta na ho ewo ye parliamentary ho ma democracy dead no panifo say ye more cap ye move quickly in court field and so over the past games coaches no be enu o monsa no say si kire we ye hu Dr. Ogum ono ana wo bench wo ye nsesa obi a ho Abubakar Watara so Nicholas Asebo Nsu Nuruddin Justice Blake Kote Emmanuel Enoch Morrison as to set Obama house ASM for Ninchepe in team about so Morrison has been lost Baba Yaya Ejina animu as a Freeman Mefro Sergi Zeze New Hono Peter Amidu Aqua of course present and Stephen Dese Mukwala anyhow it was a 4-2-1-3 formation very expansive. Are we seeing this? It's yet to be known, but of course coach Inamu no onona odaso ewo dugout for has folk ene obu coach Abubakar Watara o hwe ne team wa obenya Kofi Agwasima ane Thomas Winnie ne partner ayo central defensive na o hwe machipa Inkatia as a goalkeeper Ampadu da so Dennis Kosa ya koye me say has backline no ewo a bit of consistency as compared to Krabia because Kofi Agwasima pena afri ho Amponsa ewo in fifth order so but you know Linda afri team no ma ono so all cause say Glido Tanga sometimes ono so fifth be o Salif Ibrahim has vote for a no ono so call na Hamza Issa esoso eda so ho no a wo hwe has a team no of course a bit of consistency but in komo ye di nyina achi ne krokra ne se two managers ne de omoda so na o he say the usual rituals no etwagu a obekọ wachi biem has folk back four no and ho middle four in a diamond shape make a diamond that four man midfield 4-4-2 krona but no de coach Ogum Sesane nsa with a traditional two man wide two central two top so has ne Kotoko komo na ye di nyina no me pese me highlight one key aspect of the game way according to Sir Franco ye categorizing as class A meaning say ye club football ne pempen so power so has folk ne Kotoko ne dikan enunti we keep saying say the main job no ya na officials no omoka ho na officials e ba yi a obenya Dr. Osman Imoro wa ha Rastum esoso e wa ha as of course as the center referee na me di omo komo kakra tro na ma take you through in a flashback the last couple of games akwagu no obi na ho kire no nye defenders on the goalkeepers a center referee no na say center referee there let's take a glance na yen go through say referee bay and I am mpanimfo eyo ba ahai medical bo a kire obehu Imoro Osman doctor ho ku adu fear courage or so e wo ha Atimaka Paul Kojo this is another referee as an assistant one ho and a Senegwe Rastum so o check it there by standard of their performance previously na so mama bibia but let's go through certain phases of the game one after 98 minutes you know na ajibi and it places more emphasis on the next game, you know, the Obabedi. This was supposedly should have been a penalty according to the commentators and then the reactors, you know. Now maybe problem they say after situation this year, you know, watch Rastum. Shani reaction. Not all smiley. Smiling means oh who ye name and your life be as the fans and the commentators a fan no. This was the immediate reaction of the referee. Also means he had the whole scene under control and Ambrono so he saw it vividly. Let's go back to the action and find out say has a to game you know. Seven some four crowd ebedia as a said referee you know or you're very confident and the decision making you know as a explicit. Who won the ball first? Of course possession is defined as the first touch. It will share higher Mukwala Nenya first touch. Even though Ubenya Thomas Winnie Waha, Glido Tanga, Kofi Agwasima Shembi, and of course Ampadu, who still had the first touch to the ball as Osha TV no so Osha ya Ubabusa one question say how you know rest to Mojana Hefa. So this was a situation that see a call a lot of reactions from the fans. Everybody are not all game no. Na kwan best so and the defenders and the ball no so man can't strike a yan to wa. But it wasn't a penalty. So let's analyze it as it is. No more the team say situations we been in no yeah na game ne be baswa. Over discuss defenders, goalkeepers, midfielders one in the final third one cry any team anymore. But of course the nucleus of our game has always been the center man. And who is that center man? Watch this tackle from Glido Tanga on Enoch Morrison. It was fierce. And by almost 20-meter distance, and Rastum was so close. The proximity wasn't so wide. But Bibia at that moment. Now, Oshaya Glade was, in fact, in an attempt, it was a severe tackle at that moment. Ebimu say a record. Ebimu say a record. Now, so tackle we say. According to Rastum, situation where general it wasn't a red card, but a man for the brave reacted. It's a situation where dear so only confidence has about game we jam and corner for see today. So this and other situations a CEO game a man for a rating Rastum said no best performance and only to talk the what can do Rastum it was a below par to be discussed your pania who Collins original now or no only Gabriel Pokwa another top level referee for no more you don't game the show monster because it is classified as a class A game. And it is a game you do so. A Quambia FIFA na say GFA befa so am or moment game no mama no. Yana very important because your point here discuss referee. Gabriel Pokwa here as a fourth official. Minka El Forzan so Ali Tuamaba and of course original calling Samoa or Mona die. We no because original kwana here beaten experience but no he showed confidence even in the game no. Mekoswa can say omunya certain decision so wrong and it was a key moment of the Kwamano. And you know the SSL Kotiano no referee. First of all, the receiver of the pass was from an offside position. That is Peter Aqua. So watch that pass. He passed it through this distance. And Peter is already in here. This is the position of the assistant referee, but only the one who be here. Now the sequence and routing to the goal, no. Obenya Mukwala said no so step in the illegal boundaries. And Joshua also saw Mukwala so now or then before the kick of the ball, where was Mukwala? Linesman where Mukwala the linesman is also positioned in a way situation on the Tassiano, but this goes a true no aje. Now, before these two games, you had this gentleman on your screen. Selam Yao Bless, another top guy based on your standard. You know, saying Saudi courses are buying not Yao Bless, and he had one of the poorest decisions in terms of officiating as folk and Kotoko. Now, Shakosa and was able to tassel by it was a moment. Dennis Kosa and who say, oh, you see now what they, Salam de Wanje, another issue, your pong, Esson Eric so, or Chinabati, and now one Chinabati, now dear Crana, was it a foul, first of all, was it even a foul? All this, a dear and a who. Now you're blessed, Ojahefa. What was the distance between baby action this scene and you're blessed? So when you see what game anymore, watch Dennis Kosa and then call it closely. Second one falling defender no as attacker and commit me for ball cleanly. These are some of the questions. And busa wo dia. Not just the last couple of games, general. We can keep on discussing tactics, all the aspects of the game on the field. But on the field now, the key part of the game has always been officiating. Now, let me boost us a Franco Asemba who say, how do you believe in Juliet? The woman here. Now, this is the lady and we are supporting her, of course. How many times do you even see say Oba Ejina game more Ghana, let alone say has folk any Kotoko game? But Juliet has been a key name in our game. And Obia to me pressure, of course, everything on one how she handles it on one but the precedence is not sure say Oba to me game no the game. Now, first of all, the coordination between war or the coordination of communication existing amongst the officials, in your match say. One kasa decision making in certain key moments be and also a boawa and of course preparation or knowledge of the two teams and also this is Juliet. Yamana Basso nation Ukraine game Basso. Now to the tactical board, Dr. Ogumi available and Washington team but my foot back when I say last game boy, there was an element of tactics. I want a game no one let me as folk power, and that is down to counter-attack every time. But very, very unfortunately, the man celebrating here or mouse of fear. Look at the joy at the technical bench. But it was a moment at the mixed feeling about now. Oshaya, one striker dealt with 4 different defenders. Now a foul ball ni jam quickly no the ball no ekotold. It wasn't this alone. This was part of the tricks and methods Dr. Adiko game room. Hoof the ball into the final third, and you can always find Mukwala in the midst of the 2 central defenders. Now Odromo call every single time. Communication never existed between those 2 defenders. Every time the telepathy never existed. But for Kotoko, it was a plan well executed. Get the ball to Mukwala. Now share situation now board on the Ubon said, as for na a defender about 4 players. Club Yasuna attack, they also have 4. How did they catch them on 4-on-4? So a idea na has at the back game every time Biano no more trust on Krobia on the counter. Now a new omunya chances over and over and over. It was a simple method. Usually Dr. Ogum teams did ya na omu possession pepa Jemba Kumienu content tenwa sana doctor ni teams. But against us folk in the last time I hear 2 teams no. A did in an account and I trick no. For a simple pass to break the lines of defense of us folk. Not Krobia actual 3-on-2. You can count them 1 up top and then you have 2 here against just 2 defenders. Now trick we no Coach Watara Bubaka wanya any antidote to stop this. He could never nullify any trick from Dr. Ogum. And Omo creating a lot of chances out of the counter. They sit deep, retreat into spaces, and Omo releasing Mukwala Peter Aqua somewhere about late in the game. But the key thing here, and I say, and then a 1 or 2 passes, not a splitting as for defense in SR. But very, very unfortunate for Krobia fans. And if I want D has folk for Enye, are we seeing him? I mean, I am talking about Mukwala. Now, Osha Sapas and a BT Nipa. First of all, this is Babayaya. And now Glido Tanga there. So Osha Glido Tanga closely. Or none of Babayaya. Now, how are you turning? No. You're turning it twice. And Sana born over toilet. This is the first 10. Now, after first 10 a ball, you're dropping. Mukwala kept running onto the position of the right back after say a 10 in the midfield. And the Mukwala Sache, that was our turning about area. So Glido Tanga was 10 twice before that ball got to the back of the net. And this is, of course, Kumase Asante Kotoko. Key striker last season, a failure. The jubilation ensued in the stands, mixed with different feelings. Osha bench one man, I could fans in any AJ, but on the field for us folk, it was a bit of anguish, different emotions, and in a place in a demonstration. Kofi Agbesima was a bit sad. So Osha counted it to me or more, top man winning me, on to me share course and him. It was a moment. Hasford committed more men into the final third. Count them as I go quickly. 4 or 5 players in the final third, they never recovered it. Then Kotoko in midfield here had only 1 pass that splitted the back line. Watch that 10. I had the man Glido Tanga, and the position of Mukwala Stephen Dese was awesome. I mean, striker in position in there, or my coaching Kasa. So Hasford got started. Now, one trick is what has a team you want to say aerially, Kotoko Tade, a srobo shobopa. Kotoko Tade srobo, these instincts, out of nowhere, there have always been connections for Krobia in the box. Your floating ball no kuana, who say Kotoko Nina air connected ball against us folk. It's been repeating itself. But where you're off season, so some of the players are not available, and you not be seeing the Mushia for us of folk and Coach Abubakar Watara. Trick to be na mehu about Omutimino, and the Mahu Nina say always in the final third, one key player why very, very important, Hamza Isa. But the connection and how he's built some level of chemistry alongside other strikers like Kasim Sisse or Isakuka. You might not meet Isakuka, our squad, but I am talking about Hamza Isa. How would me arise cut up first? Show of flipping power, a connected and a partner at the bonnet toward the man. Hamza Isa, whether scoring, creating, or dribbling, whatever action Hamza Isa around the box. He's dangerous. The definition of a striker, or not, or a young guy, but he'll be working this out. Now, Krobia will issue bakubi every single time. Krobia to move kona no more question. Now, me could try you or Malam one. I say, no man, and China with the Kaswaka, Hobinio, Krobia Koshe go. Well, to me, I should go. Not Tiafa Swaka counter. Way has to focus. Your master near second Tiafa so now you're quite on 10 times so. Or Medu Kromona Mansana Wabaha. So, as for defensively, a lot of cracks. But offensively, their strength has always been built on counter speed and pace. and Hamza Issa is the chief of that. Now the end when they say Krobia Kwakosha, yeah no money defensive structure be a born and sha. So count red jerseys are catchy, and this is a smooth way to score against Krobia. Has folk enemies idea way pa count and fast on Kwandia on the show. Now two contrasting ideas and Abeba or he's en route to become one of the best strikers or your league. But the point here, they say, has folk et me connect to a boss and lack of communication, organization, and Oceanipa connect here. It was lender in time get done. And on a high to cry and say, and they are connected that ball. But I am saying, say, Sabah counter there has folk almost in your beer to me crobia papa. And that was Hamza Issa, the striker I've been telling you. He's always going to be the leader of that line for Hasselhoff. This is Hamza Issa. So you want to more actually pay the bonachi. Or me two Hamza count, or you one Hamza count, or me a prayer Hamza count. He is going to be the key man for Hasselhoff. And then you against Krobia. For the possible lineups in a day, or Hineba edit Simino, Ebema, and Chebia, Matisse, Joe Cassa, Montana train. Possible so bet me start or anybody in the there will be a lot of changes over your two teams in you know Mukwala BM or team Salif Ibrahim, the creative hub of the side over the last 4-5 seasons. So you can't dribbling, you can't passes into the final third. The chunk part of those passes, you know, who does that with ease? It's always going to be Salifu Ibrahim, but where is the guy? So two prominent players for the side in Salifu and then Mukwala. We are not seeing them. It talks a lot about transitional processes of our football, but this is a Class A game of our league, and it has to folk and a B with a Democracy Cup against Krobia. Whoever lifts the trophy, no, my wish on 6 p.m. this evening. Say, Joe, I'm not here today for more. Show number 2.
Well, Newton Lartey, Marie Jata. All right. And then Nyame Aduma Nonsia Hatchfolk and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Accra Sports Stadium, Democracy Cup. All you need to know. And I brand here Bobo Son Crankrade Amayan. Can make it look